It sure is. So sorry, everyone.
That was our producer's fault.
Sorry.
Let's do that again.
Let's try that again.
Go ahead, roll that intro one more time.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh my goodness. Sorry, everyone.
And we're back. As I said when I was muted, it is truly now a Manic Monday. Lots of movement going on. Transfer portal open. Lots to get to. I'm Shane Diefenbach. That's Shawn DePaz. We're about to be the DraftKings Sports Week. Welcome to the PHNX Sun Devil Show. There we are. Lots to get to today. But since we've already kept it waiting, we got a special guest for you. We'll bring him in. Adonis Forrest Jr., Arizona State transfer, Juco transfer safety. Big man, if we can call you that. Adonis, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're all right. We're all right. So, these last couple days, you said it happened so fast off air. What has it been like? Just all the movement going around, the chaos that is the transfer portal.
It's been very hectic, honestly, and just the whole process of how fast it happened. I was literally on I-5 heading up to LA, and all of a sudden I got a call from Coach Vince Amy, and he called me and gave the big news, and Coach Dillingham got on the phone with me and told me he wanted me to be there, and it was just a great experience at the time. It was just a lot of emotions flowing during that time when they gave me that call, for sure.
So, I mean, what were like the conversations like? What was it about ASU that kind of stood out and made you feel like it was the place you needed to be?
Because I feel like they're in a rebuild right now, honestly, and I really trust in Coach Dillingham and what he's trying to do with the program and everything else like that. I feel like he's gonna bring a high energy, a standard that he's gonna make sure that everybody has to meet. And I'm willing to go out there, put in the work, and take my shirt off my back for him and do whatever I can to help the team win.
Adonis, the transition from JUCO to D1, many people are never going to experience it. Can you just try to put into words what's that like to finally get this opportunity?
I'll say it's more than words. I'll say through the pain, there's a purpose, honestly, because JUCO is a very it's hard, honestly, and it's a lot of obstacles and stuff you have to go through. Like, you have to work jobs to be able to survive and make it to practice and pay for gas and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that comes to it. Like, one time I had to live in a house full of, it's like 5 of us in one house and everything else like that. So it's very hard, for sure.
I mean, but it seems like a lot of guys that have come through JUCO take a lot of pride in being JUCO products. How do you think that kind of experience has shaped you and kind of sets you apart from other guys that may not have gone through that JUCO path?
I feel like it's the best thing that ever happened to me, honestly, because it built me as a man. It put me through trials and tribulations that literally led me to this point where I am right now. And I appreciate like the whole JUCO journey, from me going from 4 different JUCOs and everything. It's the best thing that could ever happen to me, honestly. And I feel like it brings a hard work, it brings grit when you go to the next level, because a lot of people don't experience having to go chase something without knowing that it's actually going to happen. Like, you actually have to just keep on going, knowing that everything's going to be okay, and just keep faith in God. And that's literally what I did during this whole time. And I just honestly, I wish some people could actually experience it and then go to the D1 level and see the difference. But it's not meant for everybody, honestly. And that's one thing I can say about JUCO.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know out there, I mean, I don't know how many sickos we have out there watching a lot of, CC tape, but Adonis, 6'4", 220 now? 230?
I'm 210, actually.
210. What can you tell fans that you're going to bring to this defense and just the team?
I'm very physical and I'm very versatile. I can play anything on the field. It really doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to bring high energy. I'm fun. I like to have fun and enjoy myself, but I know when it's time to work, it's time to work. And it's just, I feel like I'm going to bring a lot of energy. Just be ready. I'm going to bring a lot of energy on that field, for sure.
I mean, you mentioned your versatility. if I'm not mistaken, you played receiver in high school, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what was that like? That transition like? How did you end up switching to the defensive side of the ball, and just kind of what is that whole experience like? Kind of switching positions like that.
Switching positions, it was a learning process, honestly. Like when I first switched to corner, it was just like my first DB coach. He was just on me so tough, and he was the reason why I switched to DB. And his name is Amari Green, and up at College of San Mateo. He's the reason why I switched to DB because he told me on the phone, he was like, if you play this position, you're gonna be able to make it to the NFL. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So. It took some time. It took some years for me to actually get it down and everything else like that. But it was a great process of going through that and learning that position.
Do you think like having been a receiver that gives you an advantage now playing corner?
Oh yes, for sure. Because I got my feet is nice. So for me playing receiver and going to DB and having my receiver feet and then bring it over to the defensive side of the field, it was a great transition. And I'm able to drop my hips. I'm able to move like I'm 6 foot, but I'm 6'4", 210, probably like 6'5" in pads or something like that. So, yeah.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, love it. So we talked a little bit before the show. You said you've been to Tempe a couple of times. What about Tempe excites you as a city, as a college campus?
I feel like it's very chill. Like, Arizona's very like spread out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very chill, laid back person, and I'm always focused on the main goal, which is playing football and getting my education. And that's one of the main things I'm worried about. I know I heard things here and there that Arizona State is a party school and stuff like that, but I'm not really into that stuff, honestly. I really just want to play ball.
Have you had a chance to connect with any of the players that are on the roster currently?
No, not at all.
There's a lot of turnover and still a lot to expect. For you, last thing from me, what can you tell Sun Devil Nation when you arrive? What can they not expect on the field, but just you as a person? What are you most excited for?
I'm most excited for just to honestly tell my story and just honestly show everybody that anything's possible in this world as long as you put your mind to it. I feel like God is the most important thing in my life, and it should be the most important thing to everybody else. And I feel like if you believe in Him and you have faith in Him, anything could truly happen. And I feel like I'm just a walking testament of that.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm good.
Adonis, I appreciate you joining us. I'm sure we'll keep in touch, and excited for you to get down to Tempe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on the show. For sure.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Adonis.
Yeah.
Whoo! First one, baby.
Yes, sir.
First one. First of many. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your initial reaction of Adonis Forrest Jr.?
No, I mean, you get a guy with that kind of size, and it's just what the potential is, and then also like we talked about his experience as a receiver, what that can mean for his technique and that kind of stuff. It's exciting. I don't think anyone is. He's obviously not coming here as like a 5-star, highly touted recruit, but he seems like the kind of guy that embraces that kind of opportunity and embraces the grind and isn't gonna be susceptible to distractions and stuff like that. So it is really cool to see that kind of player be a part of this and embracing the rebuild that the program's going through.
Yeah, absolutely, and the chip on the shoulder as well. I feel like if you do need something else to do tonight or today, go ahead and check out the link I just put in the chat. That's his film from high school.
Receiver film?
Yeah. And there's a little corner and safety film there at the end.
A big dude.
If that doesn't get you fired up. I mean, there's one clip I saw where he ran a slant or a drag against a team with not as much size, I would say.
But not a lot of high schools have that kind of size.
And my God, running people over.
Yeah.
So, super excited for Adonis to get to Arizona.
Playmaker. He can make some plays.
Yeah. And just seems like he's ready to go because the initial conversation, it gets you fired up. You know what else gets me fired up, Shawn?
What's that?
OG's brains.
Yeah. Duh.
It
doesn't really get me fired up. It mellows me out. Well, the idea gets me fired up.
The idea of it gets
but
you fired
the actual
up.
OGs mellow you out.
Ooh, Messiah Swinson.
Hell yeah.
Via Joe. Joe's our newsbreaker, I feel like.
I mean, hell yeah.
Messiah Swinson posting that he's coming back. OGs, find them at your local dispensary. They got the best variety of flavors. Shawn, are you still on the orange creamsicle?
Yeah. I mean, it's my favorite flavor of just about anything ever. Orange creamsicle soda, money. Orange creamsicles, money. Orange creamsicle OGs, money-er.
Yeah,
even.
As I said, find them at your local dispensary. Got to be 21 or older to enjoy, but they got their sleepy time, THC gummies, which will get you a nice sleep. There's just it's perfect for almost every occasion, I would say.
I would agree.
Yeah. Enjoy those responsibly. All right.
Did you know that Messiah Swinson participated in their senior day activities? I didn't realize that. So it does not seem like he intended to come back, and now he is coming back. Interesting.
I love it. Well, I hope that means Conyers is staying too.
Yeah, same.
Oh, okay. The transfer portal.
Yeah.
Shawn. Lots of things to get to.
Lots of things.
Let's just start with the ones that we know for sure.
Yes.
Ladarius Henderson.
Yes.
Omar Norman Lott.
Yes.
Jace Feely.
Yes.
Anthony Cooper.
Yes.
Paul Tyson.
Yes.
Daniel Ngata.
Is
there anyone else?
No.
I know we're expecting other people too. I've heard a couple names. But
yeah, I think that's just about it that I can think of. I mean, some of them are not surprising, right? I don't think anyone's shocked to see that Omar is leaving. Ngata stings a little bit.
A lot of it.
Yeah. But I mean, not him specifically, but in general, this is what you expected. There's always going to be a lot of turnover, in just today's age in the transfer portal, and then you bring in a completely new coaching staff. There's going to be some change. Just the Ngata one hurts a lot.
Yeah. So yeah, we expected this, but do we expect any of them to come back?
Ngata seems like the most logical one. I mean, Paul Tyson, obviously, I don't think any part of this experience was necessarily what he expected, so I don't expect him back. Omar seems like he had one foot out of the door before the season was over. Jace, he's the backup kicker, and a guy that I don't think expected to be the backup kicker when he was here. So that makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, if anyone's going to come back, it's I feel like going to be Ngata, because he's the only one that has his coach here still. Like, Sean Aguano's still here, so in terms of the turnover, it's probably lesser for him. But I mean, it's not common that guys enter the transfer portal and come back, so it's an option, but I'm not sitting here putting my money on any of them coming back, I guess.
Yeah. I just think that everybody wants either more, and I'm not saying people are leaving for money. I'm not saying that, but they want a better opportunity. It's just so hard to find a better opportunity with what this transfer portal has become. So much movement.
But for some guys, like what makes a better opportunity is different. You look at a guy like Ricky Pearsall, who's here and would have been the number one here, and he went and was farther down on the depth chart at a Florida team who didn't really accomplish anything, but he saw that as an opportunity that was better for him. So it will be interesting to see what kind of situations these guys fit. Because a guy like Ngata, it doesn't seem like he could have found a much better situation. I mean, unless he's going to play for Alabama or something. Yeah. Like, I mean, considering what Oregon's rush offense was last year and what the depth chart looks like next year, barring big transfers, like he looks like he would be the number one.
Yeah.
So it is pretty interesting.
Speaking of former ASU wide receivers, Jordan Porter, wide receiver for ASU last year, who transferred out to go to New Mexico, has entered the transfer portal once again.
Yeah.
So hope he finds the right spot. Maybe he comes back here.
Maybe.
Who knows? There's a lot of people that, I think some people would put their money on them coming here for sure. There's a couple guys that it almost seems that it's a sure thing, and there's one that's definitely a sure thing that was announced today. We'll get to that in a second. Speaking of putting your money places, put your money in the DraftKings Sportsbook app. When you download it using that promo code PHNX, you can make any $5 money line bet before a game in the NBA. And if the team that you bet on wins, you get $150 and free bets instantly. It's just that simple when you use the DraftKings Sportsbook app. There's a bunch of same-game parlay features that you can take advantage of, boost up to 100%. The game tonight, you can do that. Are you excited for the game tonight? Bucks Saints at Bucks.
Yeah, because it's football, and that's about. Well, actually, no, because you get the Evans Lattimore rivalry can be fun at times.
And Rachaad White.
Rashad White's
gonna have a big night.
Maybe we get something goes wrong, and you end up not rooting for it.
Well,
but I also would like to see Jameis Winston play quarterback again.
I would as well. Maybe maybe Andy Dalton throws 3 first quarter picks.
Yeah, which would be prime, and then you get
Jameis comeback.
Jameis with a chip on his shoulder. Jameis with something to prove and nothing to lose. Revenge game. I would like to see it.
Yeah. As I said, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Promo code PHNX. $5 money line bet on any NBA team to win their game. Get $150 in free bets if they do. That's promo code PHNX. Only the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age, eligibility restrictions apply. See those show notes for details. Yes, Chris Totri, as recruiting coordinator, And we'll tell you why
It's
right
all
now. We'll throw up this this tweet. So Totri tweeted at Israel Benjamin, who announced that he's entering the transfer portal, saying one of the hardest working kids out there. With Daniel Ngata in the portal, ASU is short at running back. Not to mention, Israel Benjamin is an AZ kid who went to Saguaro. His family ties run deep in Arizona. Just throwing it out there. Israel Benjamin quote tweeted him and said, "This means a lot, Anthony. I like where you're going with this. Love ASU, and after all, my mom is an ASU grad." Yeah, running back
cool.
depth.
I'm curious because I don't feel like guys that are going to Harvard to play football are necessarily entirely there for football. And they probably have slightly higher academic standards, which, ASU's pretty good. Not an Ivy League school. So I guess it does depend a little bit on I guess where his priorities are there, but it makes a lot of sense. And especially if Ngata leaves, the only running back on the roster really is Tevin White and George Hart. No disrespect. But there's an opportunity there if a legitimate running back can come in and impress. So it'd be cool. You're not going to win with only Arizona kids, but you can put together a pretty decent team with only Arizona kids.
How about just from Saguaro? All of the names that have been thrown out today have gone to Saguaro. Israel Benjamin was at Saguaro, and his junior year he rushed for around 120 yards a game, reaching the end zone 9 times, or 27 times, excuse me, 9 games of 100 or more rushing yards. This is a guy that, has ties obviously to Arizona with him, but he also has ties with the coaching staff, with people affiliated with Arizona State.
I'm gonna start pulling Totri's and tweet, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, at Bo Nix, really hardworking kid."
Yeah.
Just see if we can just start getting
Kyle Caldwell, the D-line coach from Saguaro, really.
Does Keely Ringo have any eligibility?
ASU alum, definitely helping ASU out as well. And yeah, as John says in the chat, here's the Saguaro one that happened today. Tristan Monday announced on his Twitter and his Instagram he is coming home. Freshman from Wisconsin, another Saguaro guy, D-end, hybrid linebacker, 6'4".
That jersey looks good.
3-star.
Not because it's a Wisconsin jersey. It's Monday over the number. It goes pretty hard.
So before we get into the nuts and bolts of what this means for ASU, my favorite thing about the transfer portal and immediate announcements the day of are how bad the graphics are.
Oh yeah, that graphic that we just saw.
I like
pretty
no shade,
tough.
And I'm sure it's somebody that knows how to use it. Maybe it's not their passion.
Listen, if there's any high school kids or any JUCO transfers or just people in the transfer portal, you need a graphic. Hit my line.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to pay me. You just got to come on the pod, and I will get you a nice looking transfer graphic.
Oh my God,
just
Joe.
saying.
Tristan going up on a Monday.
Banger. The Devils in the club.
Yeah. What do you think of this?
I mean, it's cool.
I just love Saguaro.
Yeah, it's like at this point, these guys aren't even like what to the extent that they're going to impact the football, like the actual game, the team
immediately. Yeah,
I don't really know, and I also don't really care. Like to me, this is more emblematic of Kenny. I mean, continuing what Aguano
coach
said.
Not lying to you.
Well, yeah, but like Kenny continuing what Aguano was going to do, and then just like he said he was going to recruit kids from Arizona. And he's done exactly that. And this is just the portal. It's not even talking about what he might be able to do with high school kids in the future. So I mean, it's a very good sign. It's these moves are not necessarily, like I said, about what they're going to impact on the football team. It's about getting people to buy in, and it's really for the boosters. Like the boosters love this kind of shit, and if boosters love this kind of shit, they're going to donate money that's going to allow you to go get the kids that aren't from the state but are some of the best players in the country. So I just love what this is signifying for the program.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what Kenny Dillingham and Sean Aguano said they would do. It's activating the Valley and making sure you keep talent that's in Arizona to stay in Arizona and come to Arizona State. LTC mentioning Jason Mons, that'd be a dream bringing him on. He's gonna get a job somewhere. I think. I don't know if it's this year. I don't know if it's Arizona State. I sure hope so. You hear a lot of talk about it. And I think it's a possibility. But what would a guy like Jason? Do you think this is maybe a signifier that he is coming to ASU, or do you think that Dillingham and Aguano are just doing their damn thing?
I think they're just doing their damn thing. Like it'd be pretty cool, but I don't think it is any kind of signifier of anything bigger than just these guys saying they're going to recruit kids from Arizona and them doing that. I mean, and it's also not even so much their like explicit effort, even though it is obviously what that is. But like, I think naturally there like most people, again, unless you're getting an offer from a Georgia or Ohio State, most people will like the idea of being a hometown hero and putting on for their city and just everything that comes with that. And so now, but that will not overpower what ASU football has been and just the general pessimism about it. Now there's new energy in it, and now kids are wanting to do that. And so I think it's just such a, like I said, such a good sign for the program.
Yeah, I mean, Mons has obviously just built an absolute powerhouse at Saguaro. I don't know if he'd even want to leave.
Yeah.
But having that guy, you know, if you can just keep one Keely Ringo and get him to go to Arizona State, if you can just keep one Christian Kirk and have him go to Arizona State.
Or even you expand the state, you can get a Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Like
I'm talking strictly
like
from
Phoenix,
Saguaro, though.
Oh, yeah.
Those are Saguaro products, and there's a ton of them. I mean, DJ Foster went to Saguaro. He came to ASU.
Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of them. You have to keep these type of guys in state. And speaking of Saguaro, there's one more name that's being thrown around. 4-star offensive lineman from Oregon, Bram Walden. Enter the transfer portal today, and one of my buddies sent me this. These are his likes. Couple tweets. One from Kyle Caldwell, defensive line coach at Saguaro with Sparky. Another one praising what it could be if he came. Do you think that this is the start of the Oregon players following him?
Yeah, I mean, it was a matter of like when, not if, to me, and to what extent, I guess. But this is, for so many reasons, a good sign. I think it shows that there's at least, assuming that he is going to Arizona State. Obviously, it's a pretty big assumption, but if he is going to Arizona State, he makes that decision. It's a pretty good sign of the commitment that some guys have to Kenny Dillingham, especially the younger guys on the team. And then also from a football perspective, like, they need help on the offensive line. The offensive line was not great at points last year. That, like, what if we can get just a fraction of what Oregon's offensive line was last year in terms of quality, ASU becomes a much better team off rip. So this could be very good sense, because if there is a position that I think is going to have a lot of respect for Kenny Dillingham, it is going to be that offensive line, considering how dominant they were at Oregon this year. It's why that team was so good, in my opinion. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Joe in the chat speaking my language, man. Justin Flo, linebacker stud from Oregon, has also entered the transfer portal. That's a pipe dream for me, I think.
They got holes in that position now.
They do.
It's going to be the first time in a long time. It's tandem, but first time in a long time that ASU has like legitimate questions about what their linebackers are going to look like.
If you haven't seen Justin Flo play football, you're missing out. He's a WWE wrestler on a football field. He is such a dog. Yeah, that would be exciting. I've seen that. Would love it. But yeah. All right. Well, let's get to some other topics and maybe some fun ones, maybe not so fun ones. At least one of them is not fun for me. Obviously going to be a lot of turnover.
Yes.
You know, this team brought in so many players last year, and I'm expecting they bring in even more than they did in the transfer portal last year. I think 15 to 20 was the number last year. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in 20 to 25 to 30 same. Maybe. Like, there's going to be a lot of turnover in this roster. People are saying, why isn't Emory into the portal yet?
I wonder how he feels about leaving Florida, because he'd probably be the starter there right now.
I don't know. Well, speaking of Emory Jones, how about a replica of Emory Jones and DJ Uiagalelei? There we go.
Uiagalelei?
How about that?
You
guys don't know what I'm talking about. There is rumors from, I believe, just fans for now that he could come to Tempe. I haven't seen anything that would signify that.
I just like, if there's a transfer quarterback who's coming here, it's Slovis. I feel like not that I necessarily want him, but
on alone, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly. Like, he's another local kid. It would make his
dad
a second time
coached my JV basketball team.
Oh damn! Wow, look at that. So he knows Shane. Like, there's a connection there. He wants to come home for his boy. But I mean, he's the only one that I think has like a clear. I mean, unless Bo wants to come down here, the only one that has a clear connection to this program right now. DJ is cool just because it's a little bit of the Paul Tyson thing, but like, to a greater extent, he was a starting quarterback in one of the biggest football programs in the country. So like, I'm not going to complain if he comes here. I do think he's an improvement over Emory and Bourget. But it doesn't really like. I'm not like we need to go get this guy. It's not like I'm okay either way.
Alongale would he's gonna be on Notre Dame.
He's gonna be what?
Totri, he's going to Notre Dame.
Oh,
I'm calling it. That's my guess. That's my prediction. Hot or cold, chat? Do you want him? Do you want DJ Ualongalele? Ualonga. Can you do it?
DJ Ualongalele.
Yeah, there you go. Totri's really good at it. He's the pronunciation
I don't
guy.
know. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of.
So yes or no? Would you want him to come here? You wouldn't say no.
Yeah, that's.
I would prefer somebody else.
Yeah, I think I mean, Chris said in the comments Bo, DJ, Spencer. If I'm ranking those three, obviously Bo Nix 1, and then I'm honestly probably taking Spencer Sanders.
Yeah,
second,
so
and then DJ third.
That's the next topic. Spencer Sanders also put his name into the transfer portal. A guy that's just an unbelievable talent that can get really hot, turnover prone, but
who comes to Tempe in the second game of the season next year? The Oklahoma State Cowboys. So opportunity to play his old team if that's enticing to him. Yeah, I think I would rather have him than DJ, but honestly, none of them are really moving and just blow my mind. I don't. Maybe it's a little bit of a leftover from what was last year and kind of the expectations that were not met with Emory, but I'm not sure how much one of these quarterbacks is going to actually change things. But I don't know. They would be cool. I do think that any of the guys that we've named would be an improvement over any of the quarterbacks on the roster right now. Honestly, out of all the names we mentioned, I don't think he's the best of the three, but Slovis would be the most fun to me just because he's another local kid. Yeah. Went to USC, so obviously USC's leaving, I guess, but whatever. He's closer to home, or he is at home. He's closer to somewhere that he played at. There's just a lot of reasons that I think it's a little more interesting than any of the other guys.
But you got a local kid on your roster already.
Performance, yeah, but Slovis is better than Bourget. I think probably. I also would have said that about Emory before the season. So. Emory at Liberty, that would actually, I could see him.
Yeah, Malik Willis territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is there anything else you missed? I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot going on.
So probably.
There's a lot going on, but there's also a lot going on that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I don't want
to. Yeah. There's there
are other people transferring. This
by
is
the
not
end of the day. Fucking.
Yeah, I'm sure something will break before we're done with the show because we have a lot to talk about.
Caleb Williams is transferring to ASU.
Stop it. But yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and nothing is official, but it seems like there's going to be a lot more transfers in and out. But we will keep you all updated. Make sure to be following us on at PHNX_Sun Devils on Twitter for the latest. Yeah?
Do we care that it's cool? And this is nothing about, do we care that Messiah Winston's coming back? People are kind of excited. And it's cool. I like him. But also...
Dude, Dillingham gets the most out of his tight ends, especially in the red zone.
That's fair.
Especially
I guess I am basing this off of...
the offense last year?
What it's been, yeah.
He was thoroughly misused.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just not used at all.
I can't say. He was used correctly. It just was not very often.
Yeah.
Think about the first half of that first game.
My God. I don't want to talk about it.
I thought he was going to be, oh my God, we have the greatest tight end on the planet.
Yeah.
I guess we kind of did, but it wasn't him. We didn't see it until later.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Him, if Conyers decides to stay, those two together.
Yeah, remember how excited we got for 12 formation before the year, and then or maybe 13 with Case Hatch landing at the tight end. We just literally never saw it.
Yeah, 12 personnel. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, we need a 24/7 news network to cover just the transfer portal.
Yeah, 24/7 pod to cover the portal look, telethon style. Keep sending super chats. We'll stay live.
Send us money.
You can send us money, or you can just buy us Burrito Express.
True,
that works as well.
I would rather have the Burrito Express. $100 or a breakfast.
Our dream apocalypse scenario would be, how some post-apocalyptic worlds are bottle caps and stuff.
Yeah.
It's Burrito Express. I think.
The worst part about the post-apocalyptic world, not to step on your ad read, would be the treacherous walk from Burrito Express to Four Peaks.
Yeah,
that'd be tough.
But if we're together, then you're my treacherous little twin.
Yeah, true.
And we're fine.
Can't get more treacherous.
Then we're fine, guys. If you haven't tried Burrito Express, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Think about all these transfers that are going to get to be christened by Burrito Express.
I don't want to gatekeep this, but did we
change the world?
Well,
I mean,
we are every
we
single
do every day. Yeah.
Did we kind of start the trend of always making sure you post that you're at Burrito Express?
I think so.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna.
Daniel kind of did.
Well, yes, true.
Yeah.
Daniel did.
He did do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
shout out
I
Daniel and Gata.
I bit his flow a little bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. He started it. We brought it to the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Because in case you didn't know, we're more popular than any of the ASU football players.
Yeah, if you haven't tried Burrito Express, go get you some. Great location off of University of Rural.
One of many.
Multiple locations in the Valley. Breakfast burritos galore. They also got good burritos. They're open until 3 p.m. every single day, so make sure to go get your burritos. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh my, nothing. I just wanted to mess with the people.
Really?
yeah.
Really?
It was too easy.
All right, you do the game time read.
Oh boy, I wasn't prepared for that.
Here you go. It's in the rundown.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Go ahead. Game
When's the next basketball game?
Next basketball game is Wednesday.
Yeah. Is it home?
No.
When's the next home game?
I believe
San
next
Diego,
week
right?
against San Diego.
Well, if you want
And they're
tickets,
$5.
they are only $5. Well, they're not $5 everywhere.
Yeah.
They are $5 on the Game Time app, the only place to get your tickets to concerts and games and other random stuff in between. You get parking pass. You can get anything.
You get a ticket to Sean's house, probably.
Shit. Send me proof that you bought with the link in our description. Got to use the link in the description. The only way that we benefit from it. Send me proof. I'll send you my address. You can do with it what you want. Just don't post it online. No, I don't know. I'll give you a nice high five. I'll buy you a beer next time you're at 4 Peaks. But yes, go to the Game Time app using the link in our description. Save up to 60% on tickets when you buy last minute. The best way to support us, like I said, is to buy your tickets using the link in the description. Yeah. Good.
Nice.
Did I have any?
Solid.
Did I miss anything? Cool.
No. All right. We talked about the transfer portal at length. As I said, if anything else happens, we'll be sure to update you. Follow us on Twitter for that. Or Joe will update you in the chat because he sometimes always knows first.
And we are live 24/7.
We didn't get to talk about this. ASU gets D coordinator.
This is my favorite part of football season.
Syracuse.
Fuck the season. Yeah.
Brian Ward named DC. Last season was at Washington State. Third best defense in the Pac-12, I believe, last year. Before that, he was at Nevada for a year, then Syracuse for 2-3 years. Bowling Green, Western Illinois, Drake. Worked his way up to Power 5 to Syracuse, and then went to Nevada, and then back to Washington State. And now he's at ASU. Does this fire you up a little bit?
Yeah, it fires me up if more than anything, just because we know now. Like now you have the big pieces. And so it's very interesting to see where this is going to go. Obviously, never going to complain about a guy that has Syracuse experience. But really, the thing that I like the most is that he has in-conference experience. Like, he's going to be coaching against his team. We play Washington State next year, right? Do we? Honestly, don't know. Regardless, he's going to have an opportunity in the future to coach against his old team. So he has experience in this conference coaching against the teams that ASU is going to have to play next year. Which is a nice little, I don't know if advantage is the right word, but he's one step ahead of any guy that you would hire coming from outside of the conference. Yeah. He knows the teams are going to have to play.
Well, here's their last 4 games against Stanford. They held them to 14 points. Against ASU, held them to 18 points. That was atrocious offensively, but also a good defensive game plan. And this might be the most impressive. U of A held them under 3 touchdowns, 20 points.
Yeah. What I didn't realize is that he was the defensive coordinator at Syracuse the year that they went 10-3, which is like the best record they've had in my entire life, I think. And the year that they beat number 2 ranked Clemson at the time, a Clemson team that went 15-0. So he coached pretty good defense there. I did not fully realize that.
Love it. Yeah, it's good to get your guy, but it's also good to, get your guy early. And this team this coaching staff, though had many holes prior to last week, it's really starting to fill up.
Yeah,
and fill out.
You heard with Adonis, like Coach Amy was on the phone with him immediately. Like, these coaches are not wasting any time. So it is nice that they. Yeah, I mean, you literally can't. So it is nice that we've got our guys and that they are putting in the work already.
Oh no!
What?
Transfer.
Oh boy.
Sun Devil family. I had a great time being your role model and father figure.
Who is it?
I will be entering the transfer portal looking to get an NIL to attend MIT. # respect my decision. # MIT or bust. Breaking at Res Devil.
Oh, what the fuck? I was like,
Maricopa
what
Institute of Technology.
That's
That's
what are we
heartbreaking.
talking about here?
That is heartbreaking.
You said MIT. I was like, where are we going with
Res
this?
Devil, please stay.
I also
pay you
love
anything.
LTC's comment. Colorado has prime time. We've got
game time.
I'm so happy he's at Colorado.
Yeah.
Absolute prime.
It's gonna be so
situation.
great.
It's gonna be so much fun when we beat them
so
by
fun.
50 still.
Oh, no.
What do you mean no?
Oh, that video is so good, man. Oh my God. I brought my own luggage. You'll better hit the portal. That is crazy. Anything else about Brian Ward before we move on, Sean?
No. Go Q. So if we ever get him in an interview, I might not be allowed to be on it. I'm gonna just talk his ear off about the orange.
Also, another coach under 50 years old.
Yeah, I love the youth.
Yeah, and for holy hell, I forgot to mention he coached at Glendale Community College from Arizona. Another ASU Arizona guy. I tweeted this out 4 days ago.
I love that Kenny Dillingham is willing to just like live or die with what he believes in.
Yep.
Like he clearly believes in the state. He believes in Arizona football. He believes in Arizona football products. And he's like, if we fail, it is not going to be because I strayed away from what I believe in. And that is awesome. It's not a guy that is coming in here and just saying things and we'll see what sticks.
Exactly.
It is a guy that truly believes in what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying about all of the offers they've extended.
Yes.
Everything like is to exactly what he said. Also, we didn't mention this. Dorian Singer transferring from UA immediately got an offer from ASU. This is hilarious.
Would be fun.
Yeah.
Just for the vibes. He'd have to go for 8 touchdowns against U of A.
Yeah. Also, another thing about the Oregon linebacker, he had one of the best tackles I've ever seen against Arizona, and it looked like he hated them. So
can we talk about how just poorly things have gone for Arizona athletics and how good things have gone for ASU athletics since the Territorial Cup?
What?
Just saying, did the Territorial Cup ruin Arizona athletics?
The loss to Utah, really?
Lost to Utah.
Come on.
Loss of Dorian Singer. ASU hasn't lost a basketball game. They're just getting these transfers. I'm just saying, winning the Territorial Cup might have been the worst thing to ever happen to Arizona. And maybe losing was the best thing to ever happen to ASU. Welcome to the Spin Zone.
Let's talk about some Four Peaks.
Ooh.
That was a really toe-tree ad. What?
Do we get to open it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let's go.
It's the 5th.
It's the 5th, yeah. Let's go.
Where's the 5th? There it is. So, Four Peaks, can you lift that up for a second? They gave us this holiday cheer box. It's fantastic. Got a different beer or beer wine every single day. So let's open up the December 5th. It's an advent calendar, obviously. While he does that, what? Oh, another glass bottle. What do we got? What do we got, Sean? Dun, 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 dun. It's a monsoon beer.
It's a Maskrug Monsoon Dunkel Lager. So a little Oktoberfest vibe.
Love it.
Interesting.
Love it. Well, if you want to grab some Four Peaks for yourself, you can get them wherever you get your beer in the Valley. Also, head over to the 8th Street Pub in Tempe. We just finished our World Cup watch parties. Unfortunately, they are done for now because there's no World Cup team to support Mexico. And
there might be something
US.
for the final, though.
Yeah, there might be something. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Also, give the gift of beer this holiday season. Four Peaks still has a limited supply of this calendar box for $55. Enjoy specialty beers, tall boys, and more. Purchase at their 8th Street Pub in Tempe. But just a reminder, if you're going to go and drink, got to be 21 and over. But you don't got to be 21 or over to enjoy those tendies. But you got to enjoy them responsibly, both the tendies and the beer. Roof, roof.
Rough.
You want to talk about Underdog Fantasy?
Bark. Why not? Let's talk about it.
I had a reverse pick 'em.
Oh,
yesterday.
no. Tragic.
Yeah, I took Kirk Cousins higher.
I would rather be wrong about everything
Derrick
than be wrong
Henry
about
higher.
one thing,
And if you want to get in on the action, Underdog does daily fantasy sports differently. Draft your team against 5 of your friends, or if you don't have friends, you can do it against random people. But you can always hit us up, and we'd love to draft with you. So make sure to do that. Genuinely, if you want to do a draft with one of us, DM us on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Be happy to do it. Draft 6 NBA players or NFL players. No positional limits. Do it daily. Do it for the whole season. Do the best ball. It's a great time. Plus, you can do the pick-em entries. Pick between 2 and 5 of your favorite or least favorite players.
Rashad White, 39.5 rushing yards.
It's
the over.
Down to 39.
39.5 rushing yards. Hammer the higher.
Hammer the higher.
Put it with Chris Olave higher on receiving yards because I need him to for my fantasy team. I'm going to speak it into existence.
Yeah. Get the pick-em entry going. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. And when you use that promo code PHNX, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. So make sure to do that. As I said, go to underdogfantasy.com, download the app, or sign up with the promo code PHNX. Click the link in the show notes or search Underdog Fantasy in the App Store. Whatever you like, just do it. It's fantastic. It's so fun.
Bark.
Anything else about football before we move on to our final topic?
Not that I can think of. It's a lot is going to change, so stay tuned. PHNX Sun Devils. We'll be on top of it all.
Nice, Sean. That was really good. Don't want to get you too mad, but ASU hockey.
What about them?
That didn't happen?
That didn't happen. Listen, they got... Game 2 was tough.
Yeah, but they also got robbed in game 2 with our review system's down. Suck it, Denver.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the first time that we saw someone other than TJ in net.
Yeah.
Ben Cross made his season debut. Yeah, I mean...
For those of you who don't know what happened, they were up 2-1 for most of the third period. Denver ended up tying it, and then very quickly, with about 1:30 to go in the game, a puck was batted in the air. I forget which defenseman went to go grab it.
Lovell, I believe. Yeah, Timmy Lovell.
Went to go grab the puck and drop it.
He went to swat it away.
Yeah, went to swat it away, basically. And what should have been not only a high sticking, a slash, and an illegal goal, because you can't hit the puck over the crossbar. He slapped his glove and the puck went in the net. They originally called no goal. And in the NFL, how many times have we heard this, guys? There has to be conclusive evidence to overturn a call. You have to be absolutely sure. Everything I saw on the replay didn't show anything that was absolutely sure. If anything, it confirmed the call.
Well, the problem is that there's not really a rule for this.
Yeah.
Because, like, he didn't hit the puck with his high stick. You can't make
call
a penalty call off of a review. So, really, all that happened is it went off of a defender's hand and went in. So, it's tough to review the goal because you look at it, it's like no rules were broken.
Yeah.
It's a good goal. But really...
You can't really make a decision, though, is what I'm saying. If
Timmy's glove wasn't there, it is... Like, at best, it is a missed slash call that cost ASU the game. But, like, if Timmy's glove isn't there, then it's a high stick and the play is called that. It's tough.
A great moment came out of that, though. They reviewed it.
Yes.
They overturned it. Powers then challenged the call that was reviewed.
Really just to get an extended timeout.
He challenged the challenge because why not? If you're going to take a timeout anyway, you might as well get some more time.
Yeah.
They were not able to come back after pulling Semp. Got some good shots on target. I mean, I think, if anything, this just shows you that ASU can genuinely compete with the best of the best.
Yeah, they got to start winning games on the road. Yeah. There's the big Desert Hockey Classic in January where they'll have an opportunity to potentially play Boston, which could end up being a pretty big game. They're in an interesting situation now, though, because some bad road losses, like the losses to Clarkson, they got to start winning games and winning tough games on the road if they want to make the tournament. Would have been nice to get one of them. But ultimately, it sucks the way it happened, but Denver is the best team in the country. Like,
I mean,
no one was
anytime
expecting ASU to win.
You go from number 2 Minnesota to number 1 Denver, it's going to be rough. Getting one of those games, I think, is great. It would have been awesome.
I think they'll be able to find a little bit of pride, I guess, in the fact that they didn't really beat themselves in that first game. Like, it ultimately came down to controversy for them to lose. But hopefully they can start winning tough games. They have a much easier schedule coming up now than playing the top 2 teams in the country back to back.
They get New Hampshire this weekend. They're at New Hampshire.
Again, struggling on the road, but a team they need to beat, a team that they should beat.
And then they take a break for Christmas, and they're back at home against Boston College on the 30th and the 31st this month. Make sure to go out to those games. They are so fun at Mullet. Get your tickets on Game Time as well.
Yes.
Link in the description.
Get them on Game Time, TJ is the only reason this team is good.
Dude,
Not the only reason, but holy shit.
I don't mean to misuse this term, but he was on full sicko mode.
Yeah,
he was on Friday.
Going crazy.
Yeah. And stupid, I would say.
And stupid.
And dumb.
Go stupid. hey, go crazy. Go stupid.
Go crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this team is in a much worse spot if not for him. He has been playing out of his mind. He, if I'm not mistaken, in that first game against Denver, tied, maybe beat Joey DeCord's program record for saves in a game. He had like 49 at one point. I think the record ended up being 52 or 53, and I think he got there. I honestly don't remember. He was at least close.
Yeah.
But he's been playing out of his mind to keep this team in games that they wouldn't have otherwise been in. So he's been, like, in my mind, easily the player of the best player on this team so far this year.
Who do you want to see more from?
Donor. Honestly, like I mean, I think offensively,
He'll be the first to tell you that too.
Yeah, Master Simone has been the best player on this team. But I just
best skater.
Yeah, offensively, yeah. But you would like to see. I think obviously a lot of expectations for Doan, and it's kind of unfair for him because I think people expect more from him than they should just because of what his last name is. But you definitely want to see him making a little bit more of an
But
impact.
also, he like led all freshmen last year, so it's not like
he set high expectations.
Yeah,
for
the expectations are unfounded.
Yeah, and I think the overall problem is just you got to protect Sent more. I mean,
I mean that was a problem with this team last year
Yep.
is that they didn't really have much of a defense and they didn't have the goaltending to bail them out like they have at times this year.
53 saves was the total on Friday.
It was. So I think it's either tied or taken the record by
But
one.
I mean, you look at the
Whoa, what in the world?
We're playing. Well,
that's crazy.
They only
I don't
got
even know how that
18
happened.
shots on goal on Friday, as
Yeah.
opposed to 56. So, yeah, that is some Coyote shit right there. All right, yeah. So as I said, they play this weekend. Watch the game online. Pac-12, I believe, stream.
Yeah, I'm not sure because it's a road game, so I'm not sure what it's going to
What are
be.
you gonna say?
Read Craig's article.
Yes.
He released an article about Greg Powers today on gophnx.com. I believe it's unlocked. No.
Diehards only.
Oh, diehards only.
Diehards
So
only,
become a
be a
diehard.
diehard.
Most of our content is free and unlocked, but obviously there are some things that are only available for diehards, like Craig's article on ASU head hockey coach Greg Powers.
Definitely. Yeah, support the team. Go to the game on the 30th and 31st.
And buy Josh Doan's shirt
And
in the
buy-
PHNX locker. I'm
Yes,
dropping the link
true.
in the chat right now.
Yeah, Josh Doan, All City
City
athlete.
athlete.
Definitely check the shirt out. It's fire. If you missed the Cyber Monday sale, sucks to suck. But if you're a diehard, you get 20% off. Anyway, so become a diehard. Anything else?
No. Forks up.
Cool. Been a pleasure as always, guys. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Totri on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. Follow Sean DePause on Twitter at Sean_DePause.
Being true to my word like Kenny is always.
You can follow the show at PHNX_ Sun Devils. We're here basically every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and after every basketball post game. So
might be some other days mixed in here and there.
we are off tomorrow.
There we
We
are.
got two big guests coming up this week.
Yeah, we do.
Keep your eyes out on Twitter for that. But we are here on Wednesday for the SMU post game show, so don't miss that. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And we'll see you tomorrow or on Wednesday. Bye.